Beautiful people, welcome back to Around the World with Steven. Welcome if you're new, and if you're returning, I appreciate you. Worldies and travelers, how are we all doing? Oh, yes, I'm back. I do miss you guys so much. I do miss you all so much. Sorry for the break. There's been breaks in my upload schedule. The reason being that I'm transitioning from jobs, and also there's a few things that have really crept into my routine. So it has been a challenge, but I'm trying to navigate it. No excuses. No excuses at all. I definitely am in the process of figuring it all out and getting back to regular schedule. Now, to make up for lost time, once I figure it all out, I am going to give you double the uploads without sacrificing quality, because quality is more important to me than the regularity. I want to give you the best of my reactions to these wonderful videos as I can, raw and also very like in the moment how I feel. So, not sacrificing quality, I'm going to actually try to get a schedule up and going once I figure everything out. So it was crazy. Everything happened at once. Like it's crazy. I don't want to get into it. You're not here for my problems. So I'll figure it all out and I'll get back to posting regularly. However, I am happy to be with my YouTube family. How are you all doing? Let me know in the comments. How is life going? What are you all doing? I'm excited for today because I have a video that a lot of people have requested. Well, this is actually not a video. It is a series that Stephanie did. I don't know if she still does them, but I'll be happy if she still does them. Now, what am I talking about? You're wondering? I'm talking about Stephanie's Confessions. So, I think a few of you wonderful subscribers actually requested that I delve into some of her confessions. And reading this title, I'm like, yes, I definitely need to delve into some confessions. Don't we have to? Now, this one says, I did it with the waiter while on a date with someone else. Tell me this is a joke. Tell me this is fiction. Tell me this didn't really happen. You're on a date with somebody and they did it with the waiter? Oh my goodness. Now let's dive into this because I am so intrigued. I want to know what happened. I want to go in on somebody. Oh my goodness. My mind's about to explode. Join our Discord. Let's grow that family. Hop on Discord. It's still getting active. Our mods are amazing. Hop on Discord. Link will be in the description. Like, share, subscribe so we get into the algorithm. Enough talking. Let's get into this.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie and today we are back with another dun mukbang.
Bro, so this was in Stephanie's mukbang era. A lot of you have explained to me that she had a mukbang era. Man, oh man, I want to have my own mukbang era too, because looking at some of the food she eats makes me hungry again. I'm trying to get back in shape. I'm trying to get back to the gym. But these mukbang eras actually is making me say, F it. We only live once. I want to gouge on some food. Man, it's okay. I'm rumbling a lot.
Listen, if we seem a little bit out of our minds, it's because we went outside and I don't think that you understand the pollen count that has been going on. It has obliterated our nostrils. Our throats are is yours itchy? Mm-hmm. Why are you dressed like it's winter?
It was kind of cold though.
We are frying up spam fries. We are frying up spam fries.
Oh, right.
Spam fries.
And then like pollen came and stuff.
Spam
So today
fries.
we've got a bunch of Korean fusion burgers. We've got kimchi burgers. This is their fried chicken sando burgers. We've got these like, I don't know. Okay, there's a lot of burgers going on. We got the spam fries. We've got lotus root chips. We've got onion rings and delicious kimchi down below. Now, I just feel like my life is only getting busier. Don't you agree? And I've set all these goals that I kind of want to accomplish, and it just sometimes feels a little bit overwhelming. It feels like, oh my God, when am I gonna squeeze these things in? How do I make time for all of these things that I know are gonna help me in the long run? And one of my
That goes to my schedule. I just said it. Man, sometimes you want to do what you want to do. You set goals, but scheduling and unforeseen circumstances happen. Now, that aside, please, somebody tell me where I can get some kimchi burger. I want to try that so bad after hearing it. Oh my goodness.
So what are we doing today? Let me tell you what we're doing today. Well, first I'm gonna take a bite of this. That's what we're doing today.
Thank you. I was waiting for that.
Okay, so I'm gonna put on my gloves because it's gonna be a greasy mess.
Dan is like, Stephanie, you talking too damn much. With all these, let's get into the food. Now, me, I love food so much. If I were sitting by Stephanie and she was doing a long intro or something like that, half of the table is gone. That is me. I love food so much. Sometimes my wife, nah, let me not do that. Let me not do that. That's my juicy confession.
Okay, go for it. Pick a burger, pick a spam fry, do what you need to do. I'm gonna get my spicy ketchup down below.
I can't believe this is.
Actually, I was gonna go for the fried chicken, but I think I'm gonna go for this burger.
Ever since Dan's starting
Yes.
to come over, we keep running out of Tabasco.
Oh yeah, I've never bought so much Tabasco in my life.
Like, holy cow.
You eat a lot of Tabasco.
Let us know if you guys like Tabasco. I can't be the only one.
Tabasco or Sriracha?
Tabasco is good, but sriracha, I like sriracha. I'm a sriracha guy.
Tabasco.
What?
No, sriracha. Sriracha for me, man.
Best. It take a while.
Guess what we're talking about today? We're talking about you guys' confessions. You weren't there when we did this video, okay? We did a video on this on the Miss Mango Butt channel, and I could not sit there and read through the long ones because my sister and Andrew were there, and they were just staring at me. And so I feel like I missed a lot of good ones, and Dan wasn't there. So we're gonna be doing all the long ones. Like, I have not read these, but I have 4,000 confessions. So if you guys want more of these, let me know, because you guys are some juicy people out there.
Oh, they are.
So if I keep looking to the side, I'm not looking at the viewfinder. I'm looking at my iPad because I gotta read these confessions.
Dan, do you have a confession?
It's gotta be a juicy.
Nobody's gonna know it's from you.
You promise?
I promise.
Yeah, you know?
I love when a girl has a nice voice.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, you know how? That's crazy.
Dan.
Dan. Oh, when you fell off the couch at that girl on Hinge.
What?
I'm kidding. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why is the kimchi not good? Okay. Let me just take a bite of the kimchi and maybe the spam fry in one. Okay,
That's not a confession, though.
Okay, give me one. So I can know what.
Ooh, look at that.
Like I saw my grandma naked. Is that a confession?
No.
That's not a confession?
A confession would be like, I saw my grandma naked and I liked it.
Oh my goodness, no, that is grossly weird. I mean, grandma, no, what? No. I saw my grandma. Yeah, Dan, that face Dan has right now, that's me. You saw your grandma naked and you liked it? That is not a juicy confession. That is a P. Diddy type confession. What the heck?
That's a confession.
That's a good one.
That was pretty good.
All right, let me redo.
I hope it's not true.
I redo. I saw my grandma naked.
Oh no.
I want to say, and I smacked.
Ew, and I
Stop.
smacked it?
Stop.
No,
Ew, no, what?
no.
Can we stop with the naked grandma talk? Because they ain't so uncomfortable. Please, let's stop with the naked grandma talk. Let's get to the confessions already. Shall we please? I'm starving.
I don't know, babe. This sounds like a little bit too real. What'd you smack?
Okay.
Okay.
It's kind of messed up. But this was back when I was in 8th or 9th grade.
Okay.
So there was this girl that I liked. But back then, didn't have that confidence to ask. So one of my friends, started dating her.
Yeah.
You know, I still liked her at the end. Yeah.
So what's the confession?
Yeah, that's the confession.
Bro, get out of here.
What?
You didn't steal your best friend's girl?
Nah.
You didn't like secretly sabotage?
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
Dan, that's not a confession. That's the 6 o'clock news. That is boring. I'm sorry, Dan. I have nothing against you. I love you. You're cool. But man, I've had a moment where like you have a crush on somebody in like middle school when you were in middle school, or high school when you were in high school. You couldn't talk to them, right? Because of something, right? And that's not a confession. Maybe I couldn't talk to them, and then I did something, like I stole her homework only to return it, and I was the knight in shining armor, and I got a peck on the cheek or something like that, you know? That's a boring confession.
That's not even a confession.
That's boring.
Okay.
If you guys haven't watched the confession video, I told a really big confession of how I sharded myself while I was dating him, and I hid it from him for years. You ain't never shart yourself. So with that being said, let's get into the confessions. Hold on, let me take a bite of this though. This Korean hot wing.
Ooh. Oh, I didn't even know this was here.
Okay, so this one is really long. When I was 18 and I was a senior in high school and I had a major crush on my high school, much older, like 40s statistics teacher. Girl, not even like a history teacher, a statistics teacher, but he was married and he had a baby. So obviously I didn't try anything. It was just a crush. But I was dumb and rebellious, so I went onto Tinder and put the age restriction as high as I could, basically to find a replacement for my teacher, and I matched with a man around 45, or so he said. He was probably a lot older because he had graying hair, and he was nice enough, so my dumb ass drove to his house without telling anyone, because I didn't want anyone to know what I was doing, and I didn't want him to know where I lived. So I went to his house, and he drove to a restaurant, and that was like somewhat fancy, and we literally obviously looked like a sugar daddy, and I was his little bitch. But just like imagine a gray, middle-aged, white-haired man with an 18-year-old Asian baby girl, and everybody was judging us, but whatever. So anyway, we have dinner. He pays.
Wait, she's in high school?
Yes!
Okay.
Man, oh man, this is wrong on so many freaking levels. Are you kidding me? You have a crush on your statistics teacher, so you go on your dating profile and set the age high. Now, that dude is a creep. Why do I say that? Dude, you are 45 and you're taking an 18-year-old out. Technically, it's legal, but I don't think that's morally right. Like, dude, you are fit to be her dad. Why are you taking her out? I don't want to hear that they went out, had a good time, and then they did the duty in the night. Then that is going to be crazy. And why, as a young girl, will you put yourself in such a situation? That is so scary. Listening to the P. Diddy case in court right now going on, dude, you're lucky you didn't meet a P. Diddy-esque guy who would have guys bang you and pee in your mouth. This is crazy. Second mistake, you're going to meet somebody like that and you don't tell anybody. Wow. That is the biggest mistake ever. In hindsight, I know she would agree with me that that was dumb. You do not put yourself in a situation like that.
Everyone was judging us, but whatever. So anyway, we had dinner. He paid for everything. We get back to his house.
Supposed to.
He asked me, like, why do you want to get involved with an oldie like me? And I was like, oh, because my teacher. And he was like, ooh, do you want to role play?
The hell?
Okay, this is getting weird. Like, can you imagine telling someone that you role played as a young, just, you know, you're at not your prime, but like you're almost prime.
What?
Of being in high school. Listen, I had so much energy back then, and you're role playing with your.
You're role playing with basically your dad.
Yeah, but pretending that it's a statistic. Okay, you know what? I'm not judging you. Anyway, I was like, no, but then he kissed me. And
Oh.
we laid out. So
No.
we went into the house and started doing the nasty. He was experienced and he could tell that I hadn't, yet. So he just was like, oh, let me eat you. Let me snack on you.
What does that even mean?
I can't say this in front of you.
Dan.
And he was like, let me, baby girl. And I was like, okay, bet. So we moved
Wait,
on.
I can't understand what you're saying. You're like,
Dude, you understand it. Stop. He was trying to say, let's go, let me go out and eat. Flip the words. That is what he's saying. And the girl got so, look, this guy's a predator. Now, why do I say that? The girl confessed to you that I'm coming on to you as an older man because of my statistics teacher. That didn't sound alarm bells to you? With your experience, you should have told the girl that, oh, that happens. Who knows? I have also had a crush on my teacher when I was young. And that is part of the developmental stage. You're 18. It's going to happen. It's not just going to be a statistics teacher. You might fall in love or you might be infatuated with a guy who moves into your neighborhood, somebody who joins the class later on, another teacher you're going to meet. It is part of it. You don't act on it. It is just something to show that you're developing. Now, what does this idiot do? Oh, your statistics teacher, you want to role play? I'm going to teach you statistics right now. Statistically, creeps like me go for the kiss and want to eat out of a box. And then she's happy. This is crazy. And this is creepy. Take care of yourself and talk to your younger siblings or friends about creeps like this. Let me know if you have a story similar like this in the comments, because I know creeps like this are a lot in society.
no, beer.
Let me snack on you, baby girl. And she
Okay.
was like, okay. So they moved to his couch. And I was ready. He gave me that sloppy super soaker 350 type shit. Wow, what a mouthful, literally.
Wait, so she did the guac guac?
The guac.
What's guac guac?
What the heck?
The gluck gluck.
Oh, the guac guac? I thought it was guac
She did a guac guac.
times 3,000.
It's the gluck gluck 9,000.
What's that?
You're getting ripped off. You're getting some bootleg.
Okay,
You're
okay.
getting the guac guac 3,000.
Guac guac.
And people out here getting the gluck gluck 9,000, bro.
Damn.
Yo, what is guac 3,000, Glock 9,000 that they're talking about? Please let me know. I'm so confused. Is it like, I know Glock. Is it like a type of a gun or something like that? Guac? What's that? What does that mean? Please let me know.
So she is getting that sloppy super soaker 350 type shit.
Oh,
He
shit.
came up and he looked at me. His face was fucking bloody.
Huh?
I had gotten my period in the time
What
between us routine.
Okay, now, oh. Wow. Yeah, it serves him right, creep. It serves you right. Drink some blood. How does it taste? Yeah. Drink it. Drink it. That is what you are. You are a period in a life that is going to go away. You are an idiot. Bro. You're trying to do something like that and then it's red all over? Like you're in a Saw movie? Or a horror movie? Dang it. So she didn't even know she was on that time of the month? Because I guess if you're on that time of the month, like you put some over there to soak up all that red. Or it happened when she got there. That is her saving grace from this creep. Thank God. But ew. Yuck.
And him grubbing on me. And I was actually mortified because imagine an 18-year-old girl just bled all over this oldie's mouth. And his cloth couch, he had to scrub the couch down while I went to the bathroom and cleans up, aka shove a tampon up my cooch. I was so embarrassed. I apologized profusely and I told him if his couch was stained to message me about it and I'd pay for it. And he said it was fine, it's a natural thing, and I basically ran out the door and never looked back. But he kept messaging me trying to
What?
reassure me that it was okay and that he would have liked to keep seeing me, but I was like, no, thank you. So everything died down, or so I thought. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, what?
So 5 years later, aka a couple months ago, I got a random text from a number that wasn't saved because I had deleted his contact. And it said, so this is an unlikely blast from the past. If you remember me at all, it's me, Tom. How are you? Hoping you've gotten through all this COVID ugliness and are doing well. I started dating this woman a while back and I now call her my wife. We have interest in exploring a FMM threesome.
F what?
F.
Wow. A blast from the past? This is an explosion from the past. Bro, what are you talking about? You kept tabs on her for 5 years? There are some things that happen in life that you just let go. And once a while, it creeps into your mind like, oh, what happened to that boy? Oh, what happened to that girl? Oh, what happened? But you just leave it because it's just appropriate to just let go. But this idiot who had red all in his face and mouth still relishes that experience, gets married, and wants the girl to come back 5 years later. This is insane to me.
Femin.
FFM. I don't
FFM.
know.
Oh, female, male.
Bro, that's too quick. Why do you know? And so, of course,
Oh, damn.
you came to mind. Inserts 2 images of them. So this old guy, which I'm 5 years later, I mean, he's got to be like 55,
50.
60 at this point, is sending pictures of him and his wife trying to get with her. And she's, what, 23 at this point?
Oh my god.
Would love to hear from you, but hope you're doing well regardless.
Shut
So
the-
me, being a little more mature now, I thought to myself, why not?
Oh!
My kids are having
fun.
fun.
She's having fun.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
So this man contacted me. Bruh, we can't even judge. We know a lot of people in age gap relationships. This man contacted me after 5 years. And it's an opportunity to try a threesome. And I already knew that he was packing. So obviously, my dumb ass agreed. And I drove to their house again without anyone knowing. And I made sure that I wasn't gonna get my period anytime soon. And let me tell you, that was one of the best bangs I've ever had. Like, they really took care of me.
Well, you have nothing much to compare it to because, like, given your experience, 18 years old, you said you hadn't done a lot and he had experience. 5 years later, I don't think you actually got a lot in anyway. And because if you had a busy life with a lot of guys oogling over you, or you had a boyfriend, or you had an active sex life, you wouldn't entertain that at all unless you are freaky. But if you have stuff going on, you wouldn't attempt that at all. I mean, I can't imagine somebody who I had a sting with 5 years later calling me to say, oh, you know what, can you come over? Heck no, I'm not coming over. It's done. It's over. It's done and dusted. Are you serious? I have a life going on right now. I have my life going on. I don't think she had a lot going on anyway. Like, and also going there again without giving your address. She repeated that. This girl is a serial killer's dream. Are you serious? Are you serious? Because you went there once, that doesn't mean it's safe. It's not. It could have ended badly. And then nobody would know where you were because the first time you didn't give an address out. You probably told some friends, but still didn't give an address out. You go in the second time, you still didn't give an address out. When you turned up missing, where are they going to start? Where are they going to start looking for you at? Man, this girl is... I mean, it's a nice confession, but she's dumb.
But after that, I blocked his number and said goodbye forever. Honestly, your storytelling, A1. That
good.
took me on such a whirlwind of emotions. You know, there was just so many plot twists. Wow.
Holy moly, she is wilded.
That's juicy.
That's something I need.
That's a confession.
That's a confession.
Not only is it a confession, what a life, you know?
It's like a roller coaster.
You'll always have this story as a confession or even as a fun party story, you know?
I just love.
Bro, what if the guy came 10 years later, right? So let's say the guy's like a 5-year gap type of person. Had you the first time, 5 years later came, and then 10 years later is like, oh yeah, I got a second wife and we want to have a foursome and it's going to be FFFM. Are you going to go then? Not give your address to somebody else? I mean, it's a good story. I love it. But we can take takeaways out of it. One, dude, have a busy schedule. Like, don't fall for stuff like that. And even if you want to explore, have a plan. Give your address out. Let them know where you're going. A good friend, a close friend. Not necessarily what you're going to do, but hey, you know what? I'm going to this place at this time to see a friend. That's it. You don't turn up, they find you. I think that's the takeaways from it. But it's a good story, like Stephanie's saying. Good storytelling. Crazy, though.
Like her attitude of, why not?
Yeah.
I give that story
I give that story
a 10 out of 10.
20 out of 10.
I just feel like she's so fun to be around. It's always those friends that have the wildest stories that are the blast, you know? Let me eat this kimchi in the next one. Here's my question, right? If you live a life like this, why are you watching me? I feel like I'm so boring then. I would just stay at home. I just gaggle about nothing, you know? I almost feel bad. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Okay, this is the second story. This story is about the time I accidentally got my teacher fired and became the hero of the school. So when I
What?
was in 9th grade, we had a new math teacher come in, and usually on the first day, teachers introduce themselves and ask the students for intros. But she immediately starts yelling at us to shut up. Which in her defense, we were being pretty loud, but what do you expect from a bunch of 9th graders? But you know, we just thought she was nervous for the first day. So after the first few days, we didn't even know her freaking name, because she refused to tell us. Eventually, we figured it out, and let's call her Miss T. Now, Miss T was a weird one. She wasn't that smart in math. She would often mess up the answers, confusing the students. She'd get 2 of the 4 questions wrong, and then yell at us for not correcting her earlier. She also wasn't the smartest because the kids would cheat so openly and she wouldn't understand anything. It got to the point I stopped studying for tests at all because I knew I'd cheat my way into an A anyways.
Oh my goodness.
So the whole year goes by. And I'm flying through these tests. My Asian parents are hella proud of me. I'm flexing my grades to my cousins. We're doing great until finals rolls around. So for my finals, my school did this thing where we would divide the class into many groups, make them sit with juniors and far away from each other so that we don't cheat. We also have 2 investigators to watch us. What is it called? Invigilators. I think it's investigators.
Right,
I'm like, you got 2
investigators.
alligators in there? Okay.
Well. Now, Mrs. T, you are crazy. You are extremely crazy. These are a bunch of, 9th graders? You go there, they're talking, so you don't tell them your name? That's a way of like punishing them and acting authoritative. You shouldn't be a teacher at all. You should work in a museum because that will be quiet and you can take people on tour where they're quietly listening to you. You are crazy. Seriously, those are 9th graders. What do you expect? What do you expect? Now, this guy or girl giving this confession is not only a hero for getting her out of the school, I think she should have a statue in the school. Seriously.
On the wild class. They never assigned the teachers who taught the subject as invigilators. I'm an idiot. So now I need to
Invigilators.
have my classmates to help me, nor the naive Miss T to let me cheat. I'm screwed. So I start thinking of stuff that I could use to explain my F to my parents. We're a couple weeks away from finals and I see a pattern with Mrs. T. So right before exams, the teachers usually take the student notes to correct them and make sure that we have no mistakes on them. But Miss T would accidentally lose a few of them. So now I see these kids whose notes get lost and they're stressing because, you know, it's stressful. But I saw it as an opportunity.
Oh.
Because if Miss T misplaced my notes and I had no notes to study from, it ain't my fault if I fail. What the problem was, Miss T had only lost 4 notes out of the hundreds given to her. So the chances of her losing my notes are slim to none. So I come up with a plan. While the school was ending, the teachers would stand near the main gate to make sure the kids left in a line, and there would be the 9th and 10th graders around to help the teachers. So what I do is I take my best friend with me. I have my notes in my hand and I walk towards Mrs. T. She doesn't notice me, she's too busy. I walk towards her, but I don't go to her. I instead go to a classmate, not a friend, and start talking to her and casually end the conversation by saying, I'm gonna go give my notes for correction to Miss T. Planting the seeds, witnesses. I see what you're doing. Yeah, this is what I do in Target. I'm like, I'm gonna go pay now because I don't know why. I always think people think I'm stealing. I actually do pay, but I'm like, I gotta go check out now.
I hope you do.
Yeah, I do. That sounded like I didn't. I don't know why I said that. And she says, sounds good. And watches me walk towards Miss T. And at this point, my best friend walks in and starts distracting the classmate. So I walk up to Miss T, greet her, and I walk away. I throw my notes in the trash can near the main gate. My best friend took the bus to home and usually left the school later than others, so she picks my notes from the trash, disposes it on the way to her house, and this was on Friday, so we have weekend now. And on the weekend, I go on a family trip. I did all the Mission Impossible shit, but I'm nervous as hell now. I need to tell someone and get it off my chest. This is where I make my first mistake. God, so good, you should write a book. I told my mom, well, I sure hope Miss T doesn't lose my notes, haha. And my mom says, why would she lose them? I just said, haha, I don't know, she's just been losing stuff lately.
No.
Listen,
No.
listen, your mom was important yesterday.
Right.
And my mom nods, and that's the end. And then Monday comes around, and Mrs. T enters the class as usual. I stand up, and I ask her for my notes back. Immediately, she panics. She denies me ever giving her notes. But I have 2 alibis. My best friend.
2 alibis, she said.
Yes, which she's not a strong enough alibi because everybody knows she'll lie for me, obviously. Then I have my classmate. Why would she lie for me? We're not even friends. So they both stand up and they start defending me, telling Miss T that they both saw me give Miss T the notes. I, at age 15, had mentally manipulated a classmate into believing she saw something that never happened.
Dang.
Anyways, Miss T has a mental breakdown and starts crying, which I wasn't expecting, because she didn't, cry the other time she lost the notes, and I became famous in the school for making a teacher cry, especially Miss T, because everyone hated her. So keep in mind, I didn't ask for any of this. I just wanted to avoid getting a beating from my Asian parents, y'all, but I'm in too deep now. I get home and I tell my mom that Miss T did, in fact, lose my book, but she's a smart woman. She gives me the eye and says, isn't it a bit weird you knew she'd lose it? And I said, yeah, because she lost everybody's book, even my best friend's. My mom knew and liked my best friend a lot, so she asks me to call my best friend, which I did, and my bestie handled the situation flawless, amazing, Oscar-winning performance, and my mom trusts me now. But then I make my second grave mistake.
Oh boy.
I don't hang up the phone. I keep talking to her about random stuff, and for some reason, I didn't turn the speaker off, and then her thinking my mom left said out loud, aren't I a good actor? Your mom...
Bro, tell me you are joking. Tell me what? You played this so perfectly. Your best friend gives you an Oscar-winning performance. What are you on the phone for? Bro, immediately she lies for me. Click, click, click. I will press the red button so fast that it will be, bro, I am hanging up like, oh yeah, thank you. You know what? I'll call you back. I'm distraught. Boop, boop. It's out. I'm a delete my best friend's number for just an hour or something till we meet in school again. Bro, you got this. Oh man, this is crazy. What are you talking to her for? And you didn't turn this. Oh my goodness, man. You created a master plan. Your best friend made it possible, and you destroyed everything again.
Didn't even get a clue that you had me burn your notes and you never gave them to Miss T. I know this sounds like a freaking movie, but I swear to God it's real and it's traumatizing. So my mom gives me the worst stare of my life and doesn't say a word. I awkwardly hang up the phone and wait for her to start yelling, but she doesn't. Instead, she just sat there staring at me till I started crying. Then she called my best friend back and asked us to never tell anyone about the situation or we'd get in trouble.
Oof.
Your mom's a bad bitch.
Wow.
Your mom's a bad
Okay. Is your mom like instinct just pull through?
Suddenly,
Bro, I thought her mom was going to give her the worst ass whooping of her life because I have heard about Asian moms, like the tiger parenting and stuff like that. We have that in Africa. My dad whooped my butt so much that I had to Google if he was my real father. Like, that is how it is, bro. Like, I did not do my homework once and I lied to him. And then, oh my goodness, I remember that ass whooping till today. He whooped me so much that he started panting. Bro, I cried in bits. I rap cried. Now, when I say rap cried, like you crying, it's not coming out, but you know how you want to cry, but it's not coming out right, bro. I know Asian parents are like that. So for her mom to actually have their back like that, oh wow, that is insane. Mom, you're a real one. My dad would whoop my butt to next week.
she's on our side. Anyways, after a few days, Miss T got fired for negligence at work. I realized then that I had ruined someone's source of income just to avoid getting an F. I wasn't a hero or a thug, I was an idiot. I was so ignorant to only think about myself. I remember watching her pack up her stuff and walking away slowly. She looked back for a second. She didn't smile. She almost looked embarrassed, and I'll never forget that face. I was so ashamed of myself and even more ashamed at how everyone believed me at school and praised me. I never saw her again. It's been years and I've tried so hard to find her again to apologize so I can be at peace, but I failed. Guilt truly is a terrible emotion. As a kid, I didn't realize the seriousness of my actions, but I deeply regret it now. After Miss T got fired, to add a cherry of shame to my cake of guilt, I found out that Miss T was actually an English teacher who needed the job so badly that she agreed to teach math.
Dang.
And that's why she was struggling.
Dang.
That's kind of messed up.
I was so distraught when I heard this. I confessed the whole situation to my parents, and they didn't punish me because I was suffering mentally and a lot already because of it. I ended up not failing finals but passing with minimum marks. But at that point, I'd do anything to turn things around. I even contemplated confessing to the school, but it was way too late. The damage was done. I did learn my lesson and became a better student after, and actively tried helping teachers and would stay extra time at school to help the teacher with anything I could. I did everything to get rid of the guilt, but I still carry it with me to this day. The fact that I took away the job that someone really needed for a stupid grade makes me so embarrassed. I hope Miss T is somewhere healthy and happy, and I hope one day I get to apologize to her personally.
Oh man.
Confessions, like sad story. Like
Dang.
the Notebook.
Oh my god.
Yo, okay. I first gave her props for getting Miss T fired because of how she came at the students. But man, this story took a twist that I wasn't expecting. It's so sad, man. Like, and to realize she was an English teacher who needed the money, so came to teach math. No wonder why she was making a lot of mistakes. She was making a lot of mistakes because that's not her field. But at the same time, though, Miss T, you also will take a little bit of the blame. Listen, if you are an English teacher coming as a math teacher, I would think you would actually form a bond with the students so much that they like you and wouldn't hesitate to correct you when you're wrong, to put in good words for you and stuff like that. But your approach of being unfriendly because they were talking, you wouldn't tell them your name, you would you wouldn't, like, you yell at them when you make mistakes for them not correcting you and stuff like that. You put yourself in a bad light. So that is also like your fault. But did she deserve to lose her job? Absolutely no. Nobody deserves to lose their jobs. Nobody deserves to lose their source of income. That is sad. That part of it, yeah, this is a sad confession.
Dang, I don't know. Wow. I hope she's doing well.
I'm stressing. I want to say I understand. I don't condone, but I understand. You know, when you're in high school, you don't really think about anything. That has me distraught. I love you. I'm glad you learned from it. I can feel the remorse in that last paragraph. Now, let's get into the next one. I have never, ever told anyone this. This is going to be my secret to the grave. But I've always dreamed about sharing it with someone because I feel very lonely. And who is better than you to hear me out? I love you. And I've been married for over 10 years. Oh, okay. You want to leave them for me? I'm just kidding.
Well, guess what, lady or gentleman? It's not a secret between you and Stephanie no more. Because around the world with Steve, we know it now. We're going to know it. And I am going to react to it and maybe judge you. So I'm sorry in advance.
I was like, all right, well, let's do it. I love a good drama. Okay, I've been married for 10 years. I have 3 kids, and I would gladly die for all of them and for my husband. I am asexual, though. I feel nothing. I am unattracted to my husband or to anyone really. I've been faking my entire sexual life just to please him. I was offered to my husband as a wife when I was a teenager.
What?
Without my consent, because of my parents noticed I'm uninterested in boys or in marriage or being a proper wife or anything really. So they handed me out to the closest man that they knew before I ran away or disgraced the family in some way. The man.
You see, look, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. Your parents knew you didn't like boys. They liked the idea of marriage and stuff like that. And their solution was to hand you over for marriage. That isn't going to change anything. You should have the chance, or you should have the patience to understand your child. Every child is different. Now, if you have a child who's, look, this is my confession, and I'm sorry, but this is my confession. My mom told me when I was in college here that she was worried about one thing. I wasn't talking about marriage. And I was like, after college in my 20s and everything, I wasn't talking about marriage. And it hurt my mom so much because I'm African, and like African parents pride themselves in marriage, in having grandkids and all that stuff. I wasn't. My sister was having love advances and stuff like that, planning it, like everything. I wasn't talking about marriage. Now, when the right time came, my mom understood. I had a lot of things ahead of me, right? And then when I met Mrs. Love, my wife, it just occurred naturally. It happened so effortlessly. Nobody had to hand me over to anybody. Now, if I was forced to marry somebody when I was in college or after college, you think I'm going to be happy? You think I'd be able to have the right mind frame or mindset to do what I'm doing? You think I'd be happy? No, you don't. That is wrong. And that is what I believe. I believe. Now, I may be wrong, but I believe that also contributed to her being asexual, because there was no love in the first place. There was no development of like attraction or attachment or something like that anyway. So, I mean, that is crazy. Parents, man, this is horrible.
Man turned out to be one of the kindest souls on planet Earth. He didn't force me to do anything. I'm the one who gave myself because my parents and his parents were angry with me for not being pregnant. And his mom called me damaged goods.
Oh,
he always
shoot.
told me that I'm young and he doesn't mind waiting for me to be ready because he doesn't know how I feel. After 3 years of marriage, he confessed that my parents were acting very suspicious about me and that they looked like they just wanted to get rid of me in any way possible. But after talking with me the first 2 times, he just fell in love with me because I was so innocent. So he decided to get me out of my parents' house through marriage, and I would just live with him. He was crying when he said this, and he said, I know you're probably miserable. I don't want you here for myself. I want you to build a life of your own, and I will gladly divorce you. We had a 2-year-old then, and I was still not 18 yet. So I told him I cannot leave him because I have no one. I'll just end up back at my parents' home and with a child now. I explained to him that these 3 years were definitely tough, but I'd just been through hell with my parents and I refused to leave him for them. As I said in the beginning, we've been together for over 10 years. We have 3 kids together, my choice of course, and I will gladly die for this man. He gave me his life and I will happily give him mine.
Wow.
I am studying now and trying to finish my education. I've always dreamed of becoming a teacher. Hopefully it's not too late for me to do that. I would not have been able to do any of this without him or his help. If you ever come across this video, just know that I love you. Is he watching the video?
I don't know.
And I'm sorry for any pain that I have caused you. Thank you, Stephanie and Stephiance, for everything you're doing. I've been a loyal subscriber for 3.5 years now. I listen to your podcast every week, and I always play your videos in a playlist while working out or going to sleep.
Wait.
Your voice and giggles, and Stephiance behind the camera with his contagious laugh are truly what gives me motivation to work and clean around the house. You're an amazing soul. Never change, both of you. God bless.
So nice. Dang, loyal subscriber for 3.5.
Bro, that's what you're getting out of it. Okay, thank you for adding the comedic effect. It's like, from the outside perspective, and I'm sure she knows this, but from the outside perspective, it seems like 2 pure souls have met. But it's almost like a tragic love story. Guys, I love you, and I don't know what these are the times I wish I had more going on up here. Like, these are the times where I had something valuable to say, but I feel like all I can be is a listening ear in this moment. And literally the next one, it starts with, this is a ridiculous story type emoji.
Wait. Before we get to the other one, man, these confessions keep getting sad. I don't know. I thought the teacher one was going to be, Miss T's one was going to be the saddest, but this is sad on so many levels. This guy falls in love with you even though he had you in the wrong way, right? But decided to see how your parents were acting, trying to get rid of you, and you, being the pure innocent soul you were, he decides to have you to support your dreams, have you follow your dreams and all that. Only to be hit with this, like, man, wow. Life can be hurtful sometimes, and love can be hurtful sometimes. Like, I can't imagine loving someone so much only to be hit with the fact that, man, I don't feel shit for you. And it's not because they're a bad person or circumstance had them do that. Man.
Dude, the emotion, it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah, this is sad. Sad upon sad.
Like, someone's dad be cheating, someone be going through the biggest guilt of their life, someone is happily having threesomes, and then I got a ridiculous story that
Stephanie,
let's get to it.
Why, Stephanie, come on. Why did you have to bring that in? Bro, somebody driving to an old man's house having threesomes, and then love is kicking good people in their face. I'm not saying that person was not a good person. They're a good person for all I care. But man, genuine love could have been formed here. 2 good people meeting each other, but there was no love. There are kids involved, but no love. Man, what the heck, bro?
I'm excited. I wonder what it is all about.
This is a ridiculous story time. You know how we be scrolling through social media and shit, just to waste our life away and sit on an app for hours, dead emoji. I stumbled upon a life hack video, and girl, usually when I see a life hack video, I laugh about it and I keep it moving. But this time, it was different. My dumb ass thought it was a bright idea to put the life hack into action. This
What?
one dude, was using a torch to blow and melt away all the slippery ice from the pavement outside his house.
Oh, no.
Now, it was an icy ass winter in Wisconsin, up here in the Midwest. Clown emoji, clown emoji. Our gate and our fences were shut tight from all the frozen ice. Usually my brother and I would just bring gallons of hot, scorching water to melt the ice, but the life hack with the flaming torch was just much more efficient. Next thing you know, I'm over here thinking smarter and not harder.
Okay.
So what do? I bring a torch out to melt the ice. I successfully melted all the ice and everything was going so well. Or so I thought. I bring my ass back inside and I take a warm shower because your girl was out in the freezing negatives for a hot minute. Maybe an hour had already gone by, but since I finished torching our icy pavement, by this time it's probably like 9-10 p.m. and I'm getting ready to go to sleep. Keep in mind, I live next to an extremely busy street, so hearing cars driving by and especially police, ambulance, firefighter sirens are a norm. Next thing I know, I hear sirens. Wait, for once, I don't know where this story is going. I don't understand what's wrong with the life hack.
Oh my goodness.
Context clue, Stephanie, I know something's wrong with the life hack. But what? Sounds like a genius idea to me.
Sounds like a YouTube video I would do.
Next thing I know, I hear the sirens. But like I said, it was nothing too alarming because I hear them all the time, since my house is right next to the busy street. The sirens stopped and faded. So I'm assuming they're rushing to their destination and long gone. Zoom, gone. You see where I'm going with this story. A couple minutes later, I hear a bunch of loud men outside our house. I couldn't quite distinguish what they were saying, but they were definitely yelling. Followed by a lot of ruckus, a lot of banging, a lot of commotion. I'm over here confused as because what the f is going on? Like, who died? And
Okay.
Hey, this is the best confession yet, man. Oh my man, there's a loud noise, but who died, man? It's not me, bro. Let's go.
Funny.
I had this moment, and I look out the window, and bitch.
Wait, what? Say it clearly.
The garage was up in flames.
Oh
No way.
what
This
the
is true.
hell?
Is this actually true?
And the amount of smoke was just clouding my side of the neighborhood. There were so many firefighters trying to break into the garage to stop the fire. Thankfully, we have a detached garage that's not connected to the house, so the only damage was done on the garage. I accidentally set the garage on fire when I was out with the torch earlier. The flames slowly crept up into the garage insulations, and over the time span of an hour, a fire had broken out. Nobody in my house noticed. But thankfully, there was a sweet old civilian driving by. Because remember, my house is on a very busy street, and I had seen smoke blazing out from our garage and called 911. There were 2 cars inside the garage, and we were so lucky that the firefighters arrived at the speed of light to extinguish the fire before it got on the cars. I'm also extremely lucky that there's a fire station literally 2 blocks from my house. Lesson learned here is always make sure there's a fire station near the vicinity of your house. And life hacks could potentially be death hacks, costing thousands of dollars of damage. I'm yet again remembering that humans are capable of such huge catastrophes.
Yeah, I
Oh
I
man,
know for sure
stop
should not do
playing.
life
Hey,
hack no more.
I love this confession so much. Oh my goodness. First lesson, live by a fire station. We have a fire station about a mile from here. So yeah, I'm safe. But man, this is crazy. Hey, those life hacks and 5 minutes crafts and stuff like no, I shouldn't say that. 5 minutes craft is a legal name. They do amazing work, but trust me, those life hacks and stuff like that, Man, most of them are BS. Most of them are for content. Blowtorch on ice definitely will melt it, but it's a hazard, man. It's a hazard, especially going close to cars, knowing that there's gasoline in cars and stuff like that. And come on, man, that is hazardous. But the storytelling is peak. I love it. This is my favorite by far.
Dang. These ones are so good.
She's really at home. We're cooking up a video. She's thinking twice. Should I ever follow anything on YouTube? We're just making a pasta. She's like, nah, I don't remember what happened last time. I'm not doing that shit.
That's so good. You should start like mocking emojis.
I need
In the
this-
middle of the story,
yes.
if they have an emoji, you just do it.
Listen, I don't care. If you don't want more, I'm doing more. I think it's more fun than Reddit because I feel like I know you guys. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm
More intimate.
Yeah, I feel like I'm imagining you. And I'm like, why'd you do that? Last one of the day. I was on a Tinder date. I've gone out with this guy, Tyler, for about 3 times now, and the hookups have been fun, but I was starting to realize that there wasn't a lot of substance. He didn't have a lot to say and didn't even talk a lot either, except just flirty banter, which obviously is fun at the start, but you know, we're sitting at the bar, and the bartender actually joined us for a little bit in our conversation. The bartender, let's call him Jake, had this sexy British accent, and I was just so much more engaged in the conversation than my date was. I was even making small body language things like facing Jake more, just to see if I could get a reaction out of Tyler. Nothing. And then Jake left to go continue his work, and I'm trying to start a good conversation with Tyler, and he's kind of engaged, but not really, and I just try to get some opinions out of him. I'm just hoping for like a healthy debate or something, and a few opinions that he did end up sharing with me had me waving the red flags in the air. In his few opinions, he shared that men can't own cats because it's too feminine.
Oh shit.
Whoa. Well, I'm sorry, Tyler. It sounds like you're upset that you just can't get pussy of any kind.
Oh, what would the kids say? Burn. Oh, that was a burn. Crazy, this guy, man. You're losing your girl. You're losing your girl. But it's something with most men. I fall into that, not really fall into that habit, but I've realized that I don't catch a lot of the stuff that I'm supposed to catch sometimes. So sometimes my wife prompts me, like, you know what? I was trying to do this, and then I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's why this happened. Yeah, you know. But you have to be able to read the room as a man, not just as a man. Everybody's supposed to read the room. Like if you're on a date, if you're in a meeting, if you're at work, read the room. Just read the room. If I was on a date, right, and my date was trying to talk to me, communicate, definitely I'll be like, oh, wait, she's trying to communicate more than usual. So is she feeling bored? Is it okay? Let me also lighten the mood up, you know? Read the room, but you're still acting like Tyler and stuff like that. Somebody's gonna snatch your girl. She's not your wife, she's a girlfriend. You gotta put your best foot forward, guy, if you love this girl. Unless you don't. But let's see where it goes. It looks like Mr. Waiter is going to wait outside and wait on your girl, waiting somewhere else.
Bro, anytime you say let's go, I feel like I gotta throw a bark in there.
Hey, that was good.
Thank you. Your boy Dan on Twitch. Yeah,
What
he be
the heck?
streaming, and I'll just go in there, pop in for 2 seconds. He's barking. So anyways, he said that men can't own cats because it's too feminine. He also shared that he hated when women with bad cramps call in for a sick day very last minute at work.
This
What?
can't be real. Like,
He
this
also-
is too much.
He also said he doesn't think he needs his mental health taken care of.
Come on.
Wow.
So my date was pretty much over now. I said I was gonna go to the bathroom and I was gonna pretty much wash my hands and end our night. And on my way to the bathrooms, I saw Jake outside on the terrace, and I just couldn't help it. I waved and I said, "Hey." He was on his break and he was watching his new dog on a pet camera thing on his phone, which, like, Oh, she did the little eye emoji.
Oh.
He had a rescue dog who was 6 years old and his previous owners couldn't take care of him anymore, so they surrendered him. Jake was checking up on the dog to make sure he was adjusting okay. So he told me to come watch his new dog, Rex, who was happily napping on the couch. And our bodies were just so close together, and I could feel his heat and the rough pants against my legs. And he asked me, "How's your date going?" I said, "It's over. There won't be a next one."
No way.
This sounds like
So good.
what is it? Rap pad? What is it? Wattpad? Fanfic or whatever? What is it
A
called?
Wattpad.
A Wattpad.
He said, a Wattpad, a Wattpad, a Wattpad.
What is it? Wattpad?
Wattpad.
You guys are just so dumb. It's a
that?
Wattpad.
A Wattpad.
It sounds weird now. I can't even say it. Okay, so anyways. And I said, "It's over. There won't be a next one."
Oh my goodness.
I told him while looking at his lips.
Dude, seriously?
Yes, seriously.
Okay.
Listen, we're
Hey, I hate like cheating on people and stuff like that, but in this case, it's like I'm looking at a movie and I'm like, you guys get it over with. I do not want that for whatever his name is, Tyler, whatever his name is, but dude, you did that to yourself. Read the room. Are you serious? Oh, having a cat is not friendly. I'm Tyler. Oh, I gotta have a dog. All that bullshit. Bro, this girl's trying to talk to you. Waiter came. If I'm on a date and the waiter comes over and my girl is having a lot of connection with the waiter, bro, first of all, you, the waiter, will get your ass the heck out of here. You're not waiting as no more. And number two, I'm going to, babe, what the hell? I'm here with you. What am I doing wrong? You know, like try to make it right. You know, women are more emotional. I'm sorry for saying that, but that's true. So like you get her feeling good and then you win your date back. But it's like, yeah, I'm Tyler. You can't tell me what to do, man. Having a cat. That's not badass, man. Stuff like that. Yeah, now the waiter is banging your chick, man. The most masculine bang ever. Go check it out, Tyler.
just salty because we can't do this anymore. After 8 years, anytime we try to be sexy, I guess it worked. I thought we were gonna giggle. Okay, anyways. I told him while looking at his lips, and his face changed, and he gave me a soft laugh, and he smirked at me. I couldn't do it. God, he was so
Come on.
sexy. He said, "So we're just two single people on a terrace." And I'm like, "He's single! Yes!" So I kissed him. I kissed him so freaking hard, and he grabbed me with his arms to lift me up. I cradled my legs around his waist.
Oh yeah, come on, man.
And he
It's
had
done.
his hand moving up my left thigh. I could feel his erection.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Where's my water?
I could feel his erection growing. And when
Wait. I also need my water. Hold on. It's getting too hot in here for everybody. Oh my goodness. Legs wrapped around, the holding waist and body touching and breasts. Oh my goodness.
hand got to my waist under the dress, he realized I wasn't wearing any panties.
Bro, this can't be
No
real.
way, bro.
This is
Are you serious?
And this sent him over the edge.
you guys.
Wait, do some girls not wear panties? Do they just take it off in the bathroom?
Yeah.
And then just come out?
Exactly.
Dang.
So when you actually go to a girl's bathroom, there's actually underwear everywhere. Yeah.
Really?
Like in the guys' bathroom, we have toilet paper everywhere.
So what did he do?
So this sent him over the edge.
Dan, what do you mean, what did he do? What would you have done, Dan? What would you have done? Hot, steamy session? You run your hand somewhere, no nothing? What are you going to do, Dan Dan? You know what happened. Don't tell me you wouldn't have done what I'm thinking. Me? I'm out of the equation. Don't ask me no questions. I'm married. Dan Dan, you're not married. Stop asking what would you do, because I know what I would have done.
We ended up having sex on the terrace. Bro, there's a restaurant full of people inside.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, he's at his job. You must have been... Listen, I need a picture of you right now, because, listen, the man is risking his job, his career. He knows these people. These are his colleagues, to do you on the terrace. Teach me. You gotta teach me something. And that's how...
That is the guy's best break ever. Like his break, he's had a lot of breaks in his workplace. He probably clocks in, works, and then every break he's there snacking on Doritos and stuff, watching his cute little poppy on the camera and stuff. But that break is something that he's not gonna forget. Dude, write your juicy confessions and send it to Stephanie. We want to react to that. Your perspective. What happened? Bro, I need to drink another. I'll take another gulp. Stop playing. Send your juicy confessions in, Mr. Guy.
how I ended up having sex with someone else while on a date.
Damn. It's definitely a whooper.
That's
It's a what?
That's a
A
confession.
whooper.
A whooper. It's a whopper.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Are we boring?
What do you mean?
Are we boring? Like, what's the craziest thing we've done?
Bro, we're nowhere close to that.
All right, guys, we gotta do
Crazy.
some crazy shit. Then it's sealed. It's a done deal. We're doing some bad crazy things. Stay tuned for the next video because I'm not even gonna cut the spam before I fry it. It's gonna be a spam fried block. Insanity. Obviously, our lives are boring. Do you want more of these though? Because I don't find these boring. These
This
are
is fun.
It's riveting.
Very entertaining.
What the heck is going on? You guys are my Reddit.
It's better than Reddit.
This is a million times better than Reddit. Am I staying up all night reading this shit? Probably. Am I gonna be upset about it? No. So let me know in the comments if you want more of these because I got 4,000 more to go.
Oh boy, let's go.
4,000. We could do a series.
Let's
we could do
go.
a part 2, part 3, episode 5.
You'll be like 80.
I'm 80. Yes.
Still reading the confession.
But who has sex in the...
Then they say, who has sex outside of their house?
Then it says, who has sex?
Wait, what sex?
What's the craziest place you've done it?
What?
He said, I haven't done it.
Where's the craziest place you've done it?
In the bedroom.
Bruh.
What?
Loser.
Well, how are you?
Bro, disgusting, I'm your cousin.
How are you?
I can't, my parents watch this.
Me too.
Your mom don't be watching my
She actually watches it sometimes.
I know she don't.
Oh God.
Really?
Oh God. Go to...
Well, maybe they can find out next one. In the
Oh
next-
yeah, in the next confessions video. Stay tuned. Make sure to check out Audible. You know, I'm definitely gonna listen to the gut one right now as I do dishes. Bye.
Man, stop playing. What? Hey, this Juicy Confessions thing is gonna be a staple on this channel. Stephanie Soo, please keep them coming. I don't know if she still does them. I wish she does because these are amazing. What? Bro. I don't even know which one is my favorite anymore. Like they're all unique confessions. They're all unique confessions. The first one who had a threesome after 5 years of putting her red spray in front, that was crazy. Mrs. T was sad, crazy. The confession, the love confession, man, that was like heartbreakingly crazy. This one, oh my goodness. Hold on. Super crazy. Tyler, you lost a good one. And she didn't even wear anything covering where what needs to be covered. You screwed up your chance. Oh, Tyler, press out to you, man. You gave a waiter one of his best lunch breaks ever in the company's history. He is going to tell this story for a lifetime. His grandkids are going to celebrate their father's birthday retelling these stories to their grandkids. They have a family history now that is not going to be forgotten. Thanks to Tyler, Mr. Cat's Effeminate. Well, there you have it. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you all so much. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Much love to you guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Salute. Bye-bye.